All right, so y'all been asking for, man, accessories for the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. Let's go ahead and get into it. And first off, a huge shout out to Spigen for always hooking me up with their latest and greatest when it comes to cases. And we basically got two cases in one. I'm gonna do both of these because they kind of similar. It's just the name of them are gonna be a little bit different. On the left side, we have the Spigen Neo1 edition. All right, that's gonna really complement well, especially if you got a lighter color Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. And the one I like, which adds a little bit more sauce in my opinion, this is going to be the Spigen Neo1. So it's kind of a personal preference. The Neo one is going to have kind of a darker finish, as you can see right here. And the Zero one is going to have a kind of a lighter finish, but they do have two different designs. You can kind of pause the video and see for yourself which design that you think you may like a little bit better. So let's go ahead and get into it. And the first one we're going to go ahead and start off with is going to be the Neo one, which is my favorite. So as you can see right here, it's going to be basically an ultra hybrid. All right, let me go ahead and get so I can wipe this down real quick. It's basically going to be an ultra hybrid at heart. If you don't know what an ultra hybrid is, that's going to be Spigen's clear options when it comes to their cases. Of course, this back, you're going to be able to feel. All right, you can actually feel this material that's on the back. You can kind of feel all of the parts that's raised up, and it's just not some type of cheaply printed on design. You can actually feel the print, so that gives you just a little bit level of quality, in my opinion, when it comes to the back of this case. Now, over here, when it comes to the camera, Spigen did the camera right. They didn't give you any ugly push and pee cutout for the camera. We know that is the ugliest and the most hideous way you can do your camera control. Spigen said, nah, don't worry about it, man. We did it the right way. Flipping on the left side, of course, is going to be completely closed because nothing is there. On that right side, volume up and down, power button. You're going to get a little lanyard strap. Once again, lanyard loops, go away. That's all I gotta say. Just go away. Flipping over on the bottom, you're gonna have an area for your S Pen speakers and that Type-C port. So let's go ahead and bring the scale over here. Let's see how much this case weighs for everybody who may want to know that. So the case alone, we're looking at 44 grams. All right. So let's go ahead and grab the S25 Ultra. And I got that white, titanium, silver, blue, whatever the color is. I never know the color. What kind of snap do we got? All right, okay, decent snap when it comes to that case. Putting it down, Neo 1 S25 Ultra, 272 grams, as you can see right there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the case, and this is where all of the sauce comes when we are talking. That sounded terrible, by the way. But this is how all the sauce looks when it comes to this is what you're paying for. This is what you see in the advertisements. And in my opinion, it is such a good looking case. It just looks good. I love it. And it's all about having cases that looks a little bit different, a little cool. We can all slap a black boring case on the back of your phone, but this is the type of sauce that you're looking for when it comes to cases. So let's go ahead and step around it. Now, I am running a tempered glass screen protector. And as you can see, even with that tempered glass, as I look myself, you do have a lip that goes all the way around it, not just on the sides. It has a little lip that goes all the way around it. So when you're talking about drop protection, I'm going to call this drop protection for your everyday drops. Nothing that's going to be super heavy duty, but if you got a normal, lightweight, medium type drop, you should be perfectly fine when we are talking about the Neo 1, just because it does have that little lip there. And you'll feel it. This is not like a minimal lip. You can actually really feel that lip when you run your fingers across it. Now, flipping it over on the back when it comes to those cameras, because we know there's a lot of controversy surrounding these camera lenses. On the back side, as you can see right here, they are going to be flush, and it does have a baby lip. So when you put it down on the table, and one other thing that Spigen has that a lot of people don't mention is you're going to have 4 feet on the corner right here. You're going to have 4 little feet, as you can see right here, raised feet on each corner. And what that allows you to do is set this camera down. With it being a clear case, you always want to prevent premature scratches when you can. And when you're setting it down right this on a table, it's actually going to sit on those 4 feet, and the back of it will not touch the table. So that's going to really allow you to give you a little bit more camera lip, also with those being recessed as well. So you are good to go. Now, let's talk about how this case fits, because one thing about a Spigen Ultra hybrid type case is they're going to give you a tight fit without that many flimsy sides and different things like that. So let's go ahead and test the fit of it. Start off at that top. As you can see, it's going to move, but this area is flimsy. I mean, not flimsy, excuse me. Don't take that. It's not flimsy. All right. That was an error. Okay. I don't script my videos. That was a typo. All right. A speako. But over here, very firm. Now it does move, but you can look at my thumbs and see how hard I gotta pull to actually get that to move. Coming along the sides, left side, of course, is gonna be nothing because you don't have any button that's gonna interfere with that fit. Coming on the right side, you're gonna get a little pull when it comes to your volume up and down, your power button. You're gonna get a little bit of pull, but it's nothing that's gonna be flimsy or anything like that. Coming on down, no movement at all. Hitting that bottom side, you get a little movement, but just right here, mainly where that Type C port is. Other than that, very, very tight fit all around. Very nice fit when it comes to the Spigen Ultra Hybrid Neo 1. Now, let's go ahead and see how this thing pops on all four. She's tight. Pause. That's what she said. He said one snap. It's hard to two snaps. This thing is hard on there. God dog it. This don't get demonetized. All little snaps. It's hard to pull it off the edges because this thing is on it very tight. This case is not coming off on the edges by itself. This case is up there very strong. Nothing to worry about. The fit is A1. Now, let's go ahead and test these buttons out. Now, when it comes to the buttons, the volume up and down button is just going to be your two buttons. The power button is actually going to have a little bit of texture to it to be able to differentiate when it's in your pocket and different things like that. But volume up and down, nice and clicky. Power button, very nice and clicky buttons. That's what you expect when it comes from a Spigen case. And looking at the ports on the bottom, checking them all out, everything is cut out very generously. And you can get to that S Pen if you want to as well without having too many issues of being able to fumble with it. You have more than enough area to get to that S Pen. Now, one little thing that I gotta say that I can ding the Ultra Hybrid on is how it feels in hand. And this is gonna be across any of the devices that you get this case for, whether it's the iPhone, Samsung, whoever they make it for. It's just a little bit slippery on the edges when it comes to this. When you're holding in your hands, it feels good. It doesn't add a ton of thickness to it, but it adds just enough to give you some reassurance when you're talking about dropping this. But I just need the Ultra Hybrids to give me a little bit more something on the sides, a little bit more grip because it can get a little bit slippery. This is already a bigger style phone with this case, so therefore your hand is going to have to play a little aerobics, but it is a little bit slippery in my opinion. I would love to see that being changed. Other than that, for this squared off design, I don't think any corners dig in your hand. Everything is kind of smoothed and rounded off when it comes to the case, so when you're holding in your hand, it doesn't feel that uncomfortable to me. Now, bringing it over on charging, of course, it's going to activate those wireless charging magnets, dropping it down. As you can see here, it does begin charging. Now, let's go ahead and test the magnets out on this and see if it can pick up this base. Now, it is not picking up this base. I wouldn't expect a lot of these cases to because we're only dealing with magnets in the actual case itself, unless those magnets just have very strong magnets, which a lot of cases do. The Spigen Ultra Hyper for the iPhone normally will pick this up. But as you can see here, it kind of picks it up, but it has to be kind of up there a certain way. But I still feel like the magnets are plenty good for everybody who are using MagSafe accessories out there. So let's go ahead and go to some things. Here is going to be the Urban Wallet from Spigen. And this is, I think, particularly made for the Samsung because of this bump and this MagSafe. So if you want to use a MagSafe wallet, this Urban Fit has a nice like fabric type material. I really love it. This also reminds me of the Urban case that they have for their earbuds, earbuds, AirPods, different things like that. And it's a pretty good, it has a pretty good strength when it comes to that magnet. As you can see right there, you're not really going to get this wallet off fairly easy. It is up there pretty well without interfering with that camera because we already know a lot of MagSafe accessories will interfere with this camera right here. And of course, when it comes to a shake test, I mean, we're not really going to do it because once again, we're only relying on the magnets in the actual phone. So as you can see right there, a very light shake, this is going to come off. But trust me, this is going to be able to have plenty of strength when it comes to your magnets. All right, so this one is going to be the Spigen Neo1. Both the Neo1 and the Geo1 is sitting at very good price points at $23. And in my opinion, I feel like that is an absolute steal when it comes to this case. So let's go ahead and take this one off. Let's just go ahead and slap the 01 on just for aesthetic purposes in case you want to see it. Everything is the exact same. Buttons fit. Everything is going to be the exact same. It's kind of like a look thing that you could potentially be going for. And you can see this is going to be the 01. I get them mixed up. This is going to be the Spigen 01. So these are on Amazon, okay? They are for 23 bucks on Amazon right now. They're just getting their stock back up. So when you place this order, the shipping dates are going to be a little bit pushed out. But trust me, if you like to have a rotation of cases, like I tell everybody, don't just have one case, have a collection of cases. Then this is going to be a very nice one to get, sitting at $20 price point. It's one thing about Spigen, they're giving you a quality product for a very nice price. The only thing that I would like to see is how this case does over time when it comes to yellowing, because this is more of the flimsier TPU material, and I feel like that does have a chance to yellow a little bit more than your very hard type plastic. And also, just yeah, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, there we go. I just got it back. The grip. I would love to see the grip really be, something to be thought about when it comes to these cases, because I love it. I actually ran this one on my phone for a little bit. You can see the plastic is on both of them because I have ran both of them, and it's just slippery, man. Everybody who uses ultra hybrids, you know how slippery they can be. But if that doesn't bother you, if you have dry hands out there, then these are going to be two dope cases, and you're going to be very hard pressed to find two cases that looks this good with this type of design when it comes to the case by itself and not some type of skin or anything like that. All right, so we got the Neo1, Neo1, links down below. Go check it out. Let me know what case you rocking on your S25 Ultra, man. But if you want to check another case that's extremely dope for the S25 Ultra, I'll be sure to leave that video right here.